Welcome to the Great Mohaw's YouTube channel, where Mohow explores everything science and technology.
Welcome back, Tech Talkers. It's your host, the Great Mohau, here with another episode of Tech Talk Weekly with a computer science major. So previously, we examined data types and the distinction between programming and coding. Today, we are diving into something every beginner programmer needs to know, which is simple input and output, the ability to make your programs to communicate with one another. Now, in this video, I will cover 4 segments. The first segment being the definition of input and output. The second segment being the importance of input and output. The third segment, I will just be discussing how to handle input and output in programming. And the fourth segment, I will cover the practical exercise. So I will be coding. And segment 3 overlaps to segment 4. So they are complementary. I will be coding in both segment 3 and 4, right? Okay, let's dig in. Segment 1. What are input and output? In simple terms, input is how a program gets information from the user, and output is how the program talks back by showing results on the screen. Now, this is what makes programs interactive and fun. And this is where we talk of information systems, right? So what I spoke about, the results on the screen, I was basically talking about the console window, which is where you will see the output of your source code if you're using an IDE, right? Okay. Now, coming to segment 2, why are input and output important? I will make an example so that you can understand the importance of input and output, right? Imagine a calculator that just runs the same calculation over and over without asking you what numbers you would like to use. That can be problematic. Not it can be, but it will be problematic, because now, what if I want to calculate the product of 3 and 2, but the calculator only does one function, which is to calculate the addition of 5 and 2, right? I don't want the addition of 5 and 2. I want the product of 3 and 2. But now, because I cannot input anything, the calculator does not give me the platform to input anything, then it's useless to me, because the task that it does, it's only one task, which is not what I want. I don't want the addition. I want the product of 3 and 2, not the addition of 5 and 2. So that's the importance of input and output, because now if we implement input, then the calculator will then allow the user to input whatever number they would like to input, so that it can perform any other arithmetic operations besides addition, right? It can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and so on, right? So that's the importance. Input lets your programs be more flexible and useful, while output lets you see what your program is doing. And input and output, they are basically like the basics of creating real-world applications. These basics, they are the stepping stones to creating real-world applications. Why is that so? If the calculator did, that just one task, how is that useful to everyone? It can be useful to a portion, a certain ratio of the population. But now, what about the other ratio or the other portion of the population? You see, it's not impactful in that way. When you're coding, you need to be objective. Your code will never be perfect, but you need to be objective, so that whatever program or whatever application you are designing, it has to be, impactful out there on this planet. So, yeah, moving to segment 3. How to handle input and output in programming. Now we'll cover C#, as I've already been saying throughout my previous videos. For this year, I'm learning C#, right? So in programming languages, we use commands or functions to get input and show output, right? For example, in C#, we use the console.readLine function to capture input and the console.writeLine function to display messages. Here's an example. I will just share my screen right now. Okay. So I just want to show you guys something. I spoke of the console.readLine and console.writeLine. So console.readLine, it's the function for, getting the user input, and then console.writeLine is to display the message, right? Display the output. So let's do this. This is what I want to start with. WriteLine. And then I just want to start by greeting. Okay. From there, this is what I want to do. I then want to prompt the user to enter their name. Please enter. Okay. And then from there, this is when I can do this. You see the importance of data types? Because now I need to declare a variable name, and then from there, okay, please enter your surname. Okay, surname. Great. From there on, I just want to do this. And then my name is Lars, and my surname is Great. And then from there, we just want to add the period. Let's add the period. Great. Okay, so what this code will do is that it will welcome, TikTokers and then or the user, and then it will then prompt the user to enter their name and their surname, right? Afterwards, it will then, give out this output, which is my name is whatever the user assigned name to, and my surname to whatever the user assigned surname to. So let me just run the code and I will share the console window with you guys. Just give it a minute, but the code. Just gonna run it. So the example that I was making of like a calculator performing only one task. Just imagine if, this was a website, and what I did on the website was that I was not allowing the user to input anything. So I would basically say, I wouldn't even, prompt. Let me just do this. Just give me a minute, because now the console window is there, but let me continue with what I was saying. I wouldn't even prompt the user to enter their name. I would just say, welcome, TikTokers, right? And then I would hard code everything. That means I would just say string name is assigned to Mohau, string surname is assigned to Mokwena. And then from there, it will just be, welcome, TikTokers. My name is Mohau Mokwena. but the user, are they really Mohau Mokoena? No. But now with the input function, they can then, input their names, and then the output of the code will be for the name variable will be assigned to their name, and then the surname variable will be assigned to their surname. So yeah, that's another example. You can basically take it like that. Let me stop talking too much and share the console. Great. Now here's my console, right? With the console, you can see it says, "Welcome, Tech Talkers," and then it says, "Please enter your name," and then I'll just enter Mohau. "Please enter your surname." I'll just enter Mokoena. And then it says, "Okay, my name is Mohau and my surname is Mokoena." Now, I want to go back to the code, and what I want to do is this. Because now you can tell from the console window, the input was on the next line, basically, not on the same line as the prompt. And I want to, put the input on the same line as the prompt. And the way you do that, you no longer use write line, but you use write, right? So I'm just going to remove this line and just put write, so that whatever is inputted here, or whatever the input of the name variable is, will be on the same line as the prompt, right? Please enter your name, and then that will, yeah, that's what the code will do. And also I just want to do this. This will then create a space in between the line. So I want it over here because I just want to, have some space in between the lines. I want it there and over here as well. And then let's run it. There you go. So welcome, Tech Talkers, and then now you can see the input. It's on the same line as the prompt, right? Please enter your name, then Mohau. Please enter your surname, Mokoena. And then my name is Mohau and my surname is Mokoena. Great. That is the importance of, input and output. And that's how you can basically, do a simple input and output in Visual Studio 2022, which is the IDE that I'm using. You can play around with input and outputs, and you can do a lot of things, because now there's also converting strings into integers, strings into decimals and all that, because sometimes we are dealing with money. And for money, the data type that we use from the previous video, as I did mention, is, decimal, right? So decimal is the best, data type to deal with when it comes to money. And I don't know if I want to do anything else, but let me just do this. But this is just a simple, and just say right. Then please enter your age. And then for this one, because now we are dealing with age, it's no longer going to be string, it's just going to be that. And then, nope, because now I would be hard coding it. We use the read line so that the user can enter, and then this is then when we have to use the pass method. Just want to check something out here. Okay. So we use the pass method to convert, right? So we are converting the integer data type into the data type that can be, on the console window. Because the minute we say console, whether it's console.writeLine or console.readLine. Console.writeLine, it only returns or it only runs strings, right? So if you have an integer data type, you have to convert it into either a string, to a string, not either a string, to a string, because the console will only run like, a string. So let's do it. Okay, there you go. Please enter your name, Maharu Mukwena, and then enter your age. Then enter whatever age you wanna enter. I'm not gonna disclose my age, but let's say 20, which is reasonable. So it says my name is Mohawu and my surname is Mukwena, but now where's the age? Let's input it, right? My name is Mohawu, my surname is Mukwena. And I'll remove this full stop. It's Mukwena. I am. Okay, no, let's not remove it. Age. Okay, let's just input it there. So my name is Mohawu, my surname is Mukwena. I am, okay, whatever age you assign to, whatever number you assign to age, and then it will say years old. Let's run it. There you go. Okay, please enter your name. Mohawu Mukwena. Okay, now there's no space there, but okay. My name is Mohawu and my surname is Mukwena. I am 20 years old. There you go. Let me just come back here. Where was the problem? Is okay. There was a problem because there was no space on the prompt. Let me show you what I was talking about. What I'm talking about actually. You see, there's like this bit of space just so that your code can look neat, because you don't want to write, code that is not neat. Your code has to be neat. It definitely has to be neat. Okay, so that is just, simple input and output in C#, right? Great. Now, I've actually covered the coding section, and I did say that segment 3 will overlap to segment 4, which is the practical exercise, right? Now, I want you to try this at home, right? Write a program that prompts the user for their favorite column and then prints a message saying, that is a great column. Play around with different inputs to see how your program reacts. And with that said, that's all for today on simple input and output. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be writing programs that really interact with people. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your questions or ideas in the comments. Until next time, keep coding and stay curious, Tech Talkers. The Great Mohawu signing out. Peace.
Brought to you by Royal Mercy Institute.